Hi papillons, welcome back to my channel. This is Phatcat and this is the YouTube channel where we go into the topics of spirituality, self-development, sound healing and of course astrology. So today I have decided to get into the topic of Venus, your Venus placement in the zodiac sign of Cancer. Okay, and as you can see I've done a little bit of a dress up kind of a thing. This is actually one of my favorite wigs, and I don't know, I just felt like it's so feminine and it's so um, romantic. And Cancer, well, Cancer at its depth is incredibly romantic. It's an incredibly feminine, soft, sensitive, sweet, affectionate, homely sign, and so I decided to sort of dress up for the occasion. Okay, so let's get into the Venus in Cancer and what that entails, what that means for you, what it means for a potential lover, what it means if there is a Venus in Cancer within one of your friends, if they have that placement. So let's get into it. So firstly, what is Venus? Okay, Venus is a planet of love. Venus is a planet of beauty. It is the planet for looking at your aesthetics, what you like, what you are drawn to, how you like your surroundings to be. So it has everything to do with fashion, beauty, everything to do with your love language, and it also has a little bit to do with finances. This is something I learned recently, but I may not be including that segment so much because I'll be mostly focusing on love and relationships when it comes to Venus. And what about Cancer? Okay, Cancer is the sign of it's the mother, Cancer is the divine mother. It is a water sign. It is a cardinal water sign, which means it's interested in maintaining a certain sort of cardinal signs are all about the maintenance. So it wants to maintain a certain harmony, maintain a certain balance, but it does so in the way that a water sign would do, right? It does so through a very emotional manner. Okay, now Cancer is everything to do with emotions. Cancer is everything to do with the home, with the domestic situation. Cancer is everything to do with family, right? Family, pets, caring for others, nurturing others like a mother would. And Cancer also relates to being the baby, so it's both the mother and the baby. And it can a person with heavy Cancer can come across as a baby or can come across as this super nurturing, super caring, super warm and cuddly mother figure as well. Okay, so what happens when your Venus is in Cancer? Basically, when your Venus is in Cancer, first and foremost, you are very, very emotional and you take your emotions seriously. Okay, so this is not going to be like a Venus in Gemini which hops around, which likes to try different things. Venus in Cancer is going to be very particular in the sense that they're all about the serious business, they're all about family, they're all about true love. They want that fairy tale love, they want that fairy tale romance with another person. And for them, love is a very old fashioned, it's not a game at all. Love is not a game for them, and love is not work for them. Love for them is like a fairy tale. Okay, it's a very old fashioned take on love. Love is something that spans many years for them. Love is finding a partner for life. Love is marriage. Love is having children, having a secure home life, maybe having pets like dogs and cats, maybe growing old in the countryside. It could get as traditional as that for a Venus in Cancer. Okay, so a Venus in Cancer is not looking to play games. A Venus in Cancer is not looking to party hard. A Venus in Cancer is just looking for that one sweet, affectionate, kind, loving, intuitive soul who gets them and gets their needs intuitively and who they can grow old with. So it's a very cute sort of a love story that they dream of, and it's a very cute sort of a love language that they also end up displaying. So how does Venus in Cancer display their affection? A Venus in Cancer displays their love or affection just that way, through their affection, through nurturance, through pampering you, through cuddling you. They're going to be very affectionate with their words, with their body language, with acts of service. They're going to show you that they love you in so many different ways, to the point that for the partner it could come off as smothering, because like a mother does to their kid, they will fuss over you. they will um, they will make sure you have all your needs met. They will make sure you have really good food to eat. They'll make sure the home is very beautiful, very, very aesthetically appealing, that the home is very comfortable. Very important for Cancer, comfort. And They will just make sure that all your needs are met. They will preemptively understand your needs and present that for you. And it can be lovely, but it can also get suffocating for some of the partners. If the partner happens to be like an air sign predominantly, then that can get very suffocating, because the Cancer loves that attachment. They want to attach with somebody and grow old with that somebody for life, whereas some other sign may want more of their freedom, may want to explore more, in which case that compatibility is totally off. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this these YouTube videos, because I'm all about the compatibility and the psychology that goes into each person, into their zodiac placements, and how that can influence relationships, interpersonal dynamics, and so on. Anyways, a bit of a sidetrack. So Venus in Cancer. What else can we talk about Venus in Cancer? Venus in Cancer, shadow side. Let's talk about the shadow aspects. Okay, Venus in Cancer can be emotionally manipulative, and again, there is a reason for this. The reason is that now the Venus in Cancer has very deep emotions. They are very intuitive. They are ruled by the moon. So moon is all about the tides. It's all of the ups and downs. It's all about your moods. It's all about understanding the subconscious. So Venus in Cancer is going to be naturally very good at understanding the partner's emotional needs. And when they feel that this partner is not understanding their emotional needs, or when they feel that the partner is not intuiting certain things about them, they can become passive aggressive, right? Or they can suddenly withdraw back into their shell, because they do have a shell. They are symbolized by the crab, right? They are symbolized by Cancer is crab, okay, with the pincers and everything, and the hard exterior shell. So they can withdraw back into their shell. They can become passive aggressive. They can give you the silent treatment, or they can lash out on you by saying that they can talk about how their emotions are more important than anybody else's thoughts and emotions. And this is a shadow trait that can happen when you have a Venus in Cancer, is that you become very defensive very easily. You get hurt very, very easily, sometimes even if the situation does not cause hurt, or does not the situation is not calling for so much emotionality. But a Venus in Cancer can't help but be emotional. A Venus in Cancer can't help but be like full of, kind of dripping like the ocean waters, dripping with emotion. And then when they feel that, oh, you're not understanding my emotions, then they can kind of manipulate what you said, or your actions, to prove that you have not taken care of them, or to prove that you have been unfaithful or disloyal. And this is the other thing about Venus in Cancer, is that yes, Venus in Cancer, you are very intuitive, but then the other thing that happens is sometimes you take your intuitions so far, to the point where you are imagining scenarios that never happen, right? So let's say your partner is actually really loyal. Your partner is actually giving you all the affection and love that they possibly can, but you sometimes imagine slights. You sometimes imagine disloyalty. You imagine that this person is doing something behind your back, or is being disloyal to you, and you may either suddenly withdraw, or you may lash out in a very emotional manner through crying, or just verbalizing emotionally how this person was doing it all wrong. So this can be a major shadow trait. Okay, now enough of the shadow trait. Let's continue with how beautiful this placement is, because Venus in Cancer is very, very comfortable being in Venus, because they're very much related to one another. As I said, Venus is about love, beauty, and finances, as well as aesthetics and style. And Cancer is all about home. It's about nurturance. It's about being affectionate, being warm, being safe. So the Venus in Cancer, first and foremost, requires safety and security, which somebody like the opposite sign of Cancer opposite sign of Capricorn can totally give it to them, right? So Venus in Cancer needs, not only do they nurture you, they also need to be nurtured, and more than anything they need that security. They need you to, without words, tell them that, hey, I am here for you, I'm here for you, I'm here for you for your entire life. This is a lifetime situation. They want that level of security and safety from their partner when they have a tired day, like they've had a bad day at work. And also they can be very introverted, right? So they can be very shy and very introverted, so they may not even do well in situations that involve large gatherings or boisterous crowds and situations like that. So let's say they just got into that, like that was in the workspace, there was this huge party or this huge event, and they're all tired and irritable and moody at the end of the day, and they're coming back. And what they want from you as a partner is, they want you to feel like home. They want you to be their safety. They want you to be their blanket, their comforter, their duvet. I just talk a lot of shit also. Okay, that's how I do it, and I like keeping my channel fun. So because I was just washing my duvet today, and I have a Cancer rising, so I do have a bit of Cancer placements here and there. I think I shouldn't reveal too much about my own. I think I should keep it more of a mystery. Yeah. Anyway, I understand the Cancers pretty well, and the thing is that I was just washing my duvet, and I just love having those snuggly duvets and shawls and everything, especially it's winter, right? You just want to cuddle up, and that's exactly what they want from a partner. They want somebody who's really just simple and just sweet and just affectionate and just warm and just nurturing and just safe. And most important on that list is safety, is loyalty. Okay, and also being able to intuit their needs. Okay, because that's what a Cancer is doing for you. Venus in Cancer and Cancers in general, that's what they're doing for you, so why can't you do it for them, you know? So yeah, that just reminded me of the duvet. Okay, so what else does a Venus in Cancer hold valuable? What is valuable to them? What is important for the Venus in Cancer? Okay, the Venus in Cancer, like I said already, family, pets, home, the domestic situation. So they value having a very comfortable home. They may get into, like, interior decoration, or like cooking. They are very good at cooking. Like, you, not always, of course, everyone's different, but often Venus in Cancers may be drawn towards cooking really delicious meals, showing their sensuality in these ways, in the ways that a homebody would, and decorating the house in a very warm and touching and safe manner, in cooking foods that are very hearty, that are very soulful, right? And Venus in Cancer can also be very sensual. They can be very kinky, but they're not going to show that kinkiness to everyone. You have to win their loyalty first. They're going to seem quite shy at first. So at first, you may not even notice them if you're not being observant. They are very attractive, but they're also going to be quite shy, quite withdrawn, a little tentative in their behavior. So you won't understand that, oh, they have this really kinky side to them. They're not going to be kinky with everyone. Only once they know that you can be faithful and loyal to them, then they're going to show you their super kinky side. And as I already said, so Venus in Cancer is hyper romantic. They are hyper romantic. If I have to choose one Venus placement that is the most romantic, I would say Cancer, and not any other sign, because Cancer is already about loving. It's purely about, it's like the ocean. The love is limitless, the love is depthless, and that's a Venus in Cancer is same. Love is emotion. The love has no depth. It's like that song, by Christina Perry, 1,000 years, I think. Yeah, 1,000 years, right? And it's, of course, that song was created for Twilight, the movie Twilight with Edward Cullen. You know the whole story. Everyone knows Twilight. So that's also kind of love story, right? Where this vampire and this so-called ordinary girl are like so in love with each other from the very first moment, and it happens so magically and intuitively, like they're just drawn to each other like magnets, and then they're inseparable. And there's also a level of jealousy and possession in that. So that's the kind of love that they dream of, that they really want. Again, they may not express that to everyone. Until they trust you, they're not going to say zilch to you, but when they do that, that's the kind of epic love story that they dream of, like like Snow White, Rapunzel, that kind of love story, and it is not a perfect world, so they tend to get hurt. They're often, their vulnerability and their emotional depth and their heightened sensitivity can hurt them, because it's very hard for their partner to match the level of romance that they are fantasizing within themselves, right? And they're going to fantasize a lot. They're constantly fantasizing, oh, this, I'm going to meet this guy and he's going to propose to me, and he's going to, he's going to buy me this bunch of flowers, and he's going to give me this ring, and then we're going to get married in this church. And they're just dreaming, they're going on dreaming, they're making up these beautiful fantasies of what their love life could be like. And the crushing reality is that, I mean, we live in a modern world where people are dating multiple people, people are ghosting each other. That's the kind of reality that we live in, sadly. And for a Venus in Cancer, it's like, oh my god, like I'm too baby for this world, I'm too soft for this world. Like, where is the softness, where is the devotion, where is the sensitivity? Honestly, even I feel like that sometimes, I gotta say. So I totally get you, Venus in Cancers. I can get where you're coming from, and I empathize with you, I sympathize with you. It's not easy for you to be a Venus in Cancer and feel all these feelings and love all these people who are not going to, like, in most cases they're not going to love you back as much as you do. Okay, but the good thing about you is that you are resilient. Okay, in spite of being super attached, in spite of being super devotional and super romantic, and definitely a tad head in the clouds, fantastical, and a little bit delusional for sure, because sometimes your love can just enter into the realm of delusions and illusions. But I still feel like you have that resilience. You'll still get back up, and you still believe in love, you still have faith, because your nature is loving. And you can't, if you stop yourself, it's like, can the ocean stop creating waves? No, right? They just can't. Can the moon stop changing its phases? Can the moon stop rotating and revolving? Does the moon do that, or is it the earth? I don't know why I'm being so dumb. It's anyways, the point is that things are always changing, and you are a cardinal sign, and you have those emotions that are always going up and down, and you have the resilience to get back up, and you're a cup that never stops running over, right? You are like the Akshaya Patra. You're always giving with your waters, you're always nurturing, and you will always be nurturing, and that is your gift. Okay, Venus in Cancer, that is your gift, because if you have that strength and ability to nurture people, then it's such a rare gift in the world that we live in, where people have such tiny attention spans and are so selfish, right? Everyone's just obsessed about themselves. And to have this Venus in Cancer nature, where you're like, hey, I'm just here for you, I'm here, I'm going to take care of you. Just remember to not overdo it. Just please stop over giving to people who don't deserve it. Make sure that the other person is also reciprocating and nurturing you back, and that the other person, first and foremost, as you already know, as you already want, that they feel safe to you, that they feel like home to you. Then you can start pouring out that love. Don't just start pouring out that love, though that is in your nature. You're going to pour out love. So you are all empaths for sure. So just do the self-care, where you also protect your own energy. That's all I wanted to add for you guys. Venus in Cancer, I love you guys so much. And anyone else who has Venus in Cancer friends or lovers, please learn to treat them well. Be like affectionate, be comforting, be soft, and be sensitive to their needs. And if you can't intuit the needs, at least ask them, speak to them about it. Okay, communication is always key in relationships, right? Okay, so that's about it for today, papillons. I will see you in the next video, in the next let's see which Venus I'm going to do. I am quiet, impulsive, so the Venus placement I'm going to do next will just come to me. That's how it is. I don't really plan stuff too much. Bye.